Hey guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin, and today we're here with you guys to watch something a little bit different.
We don't do teasers often, neither do we do trailers, but this one I feel is important. It's the MCU's Fantastic Four First Steps movie. They just released it yesterday. I'm very excited to see it because we love the Fantastic Four. The original movies that people say are bad, we grew up on them, so we loved them. And when they announced they were doing Fantastic Four a while ago, we could not wait to see what they had in store for us. And this is a potential chance for Marvel to get back on the right track, you know, considering the last few movies they did were not necessarily good, or that the last, phase has been kind of a mess.
We're not as well received as the one that it did before.
Yeah, I'm thinking this could be the beginning to something great, so I'm very excited to check this out. And without further ado, I say let's jump into this teaser and we'll discuss this after.
Alright.
Let's go. 60s vibe too.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7, on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
I can't help but smile, I'm sorry.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming?
Oh my god.
So far it does look good.
Just like the comics too, he looks exactly like him.
Okay, is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious, I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
So playing on a cooking show gave him the vibe too.
Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
He's blonde.
He's always been a rock.
The action.
It's supposed to be blonde.
Is Johnny.
Hi!
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together.
Okay, I'm really excited to see this movie then.
Oh my god.
Dude.
As a family.
I'm loving this already, man. I'm so excited. It looks good. July 25th cannot come closer if you're fast enough.
I can't wait for this summer. You know what? We've seen like more recent movies like Deadpool and Wolverine where we receive like the full hero costume from the comics. And a lot of people really like this design, like comics accurate design.
One good thing with this is that it's taking place in the 60s, so just like the comics, they get to play with that. They get to give it the vibe, and they don't have to modernize anything, right? Like, so that's why it looks so accurate. Although I haven't read the comics when it comes to Fantastic Four, I like the difference. You know, I'd say that for some people it's going to be like, oh, it looks just like the real thing. For me, it's going to be like, oh shit, it's different.
The different aesthetics.
It's different than everything we've had before, and it answers a lot of questions. I think it's going to start stuff, right? But it's also like this being set in the 60s instead of like modern times, compared to all the others, will explain, I think, why like Fantastic Fours were not around when Thanos was doing its thing, when the shit in the Eternals was happening, like, because that was one thing in the Eternals. Why didn't they not do shit? They kind of explained it in their movie by saying that they're not supposed to intervene, but like it's kind of a bullshit reason, right? At least with this, because some people are asking the question, where were they when Thanos was around? And I'm thinking the end of this could explain a potential travel through time, or like they'll be displaced somehow or whatever, but this movie happening so long ago sets them up as their own thing without the others intervening, and then depending on how they end it, it's gonna explain why they were not around and how they could potentially show up. So it looks great so far,
but they are supposed to be on the same planet, on the same timeline as the original Avengers, right?
I think so. I mean, unless I haven't heard them that right and I'm wrong, but I haven't read anything to the contrary. And like in this teaser so far, I haven't seen much when it comes to like for example Doctor Doom. I'm wondering if they will introduce him there because I know he's got Doomsday coming as well. But that would be a great like step towards the creation of his character. But one thing though is that this teaser sets up their beginning, because we saw them going to space, we saw them getting their powers, we saw Ben fighting against figuring out how he's gonna live his life with his new appearance and how he sees himself and stuff. So those themes were already like explored in the 2009 movies that we saw, but there was so much in that movie. I felt like it's too packed to truly like see much of that. So if they don't introduce Doom in this and we focused entirely on Fantastic Four, and maybe we just like put one foot towards Doom for Doomsday, I'm fine with that, because he's supposed to be like, he's linked to this, right? But still, like focusing on each of them, their relationships, how they became this, and them as a family, I think is very interesting. The first family, right?
I want to ask you something. Didn't their living space look like the Stark Tower, the Avengers Towers, like the layout?
Well,
like is it theirs to begin with?
It's in New York.
It was bought by Stark Industries after? Maybe?
I don't know if that's how they want to play it. It was built by Stark Tower was built by and
because
modeled
it looked awfully similar to the Stark Tower. Honestly,
they could be like winking pretty heavily towards that, but and I mean it is in New York, like every Marvel fucking project.
so every towers looks the same.
Every tower is the same.
And no, sorry, every superhero's towers look the same.
I know what happened to Stark Tower after Avengers, but this is before. I don't think it was this. I don't think it's the same tower. But if it's, I don't know, the blueprint to what is gonna become the Stark Tower, because it's in the 60s. It could be anything, or it's just a wink, wink. I'm fine with that.
A wink, wink.
But we need to explain. At least, at the very least, this movie needs to explain where they were during Thanos, and like how do we get these actors at the same age in our timeline. So I'm expecting time traveling somewhere in there, or
Maybe.
displacements, or another accident, or whatever. They don't look like they're trying to get back to normal, but they look like they're trying to adapt. But still, it's only a teaser, right? We'll get the trailer eventually, and I'm right so far. I'm loving the look of everything, whether it's the car, the apartment, just the vibe of the 60s, the little like the fans with the masks and everything. The CGI looks really good. Comparing it to the comics, this is identical, right? And I'm a sucker for Pedro Pascal, so I'm not mad at his casting either. The Johnny actor, I don't remember his name, but I know him. It's shocking to see him so blonde. But
Where have you seen him first?
first, Stranger Things,
Okay.
and then more recently, Gladiator 2.
Oh, true. Yeah.
But that look was even more jarring than this one. But they are all, like, I don't know the girl, but the other three, I know them. It's funny that the Ben actor is Cuz in The Bear.
Okay.
You didn't recognize him?
Not under that CGI. So
No, but he was in the video with Pedro Pascal.
No, I did not recognize him. No.
So, cause he since the joke is that he played on a cooking show, so now he's bringing that to this. Again, I don't really know the comics when it comes to Fantastic Four, so if it's a characteristic of the character, that's cool. But one other thing is that I think it's been a while since we had a truly good backstory movie, like an introduction movie, right? When it comes to superheroes, it's been years since Iron Man and Captain America and all that shit. So, and the others, they were introduced in the Avengers saga. So later on, when they had their own movies, it's not like it was first steps into the life of a superhero movie. And the others I didn't care about. So these guys I care about. This beginning story I care about, and it looks really good. The music is great as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. You're
will
excited?
We will be watching this when it comes out. Again, like I said in the beginning, I feel like this could be the movie that brings back the MCU on the right path. Considering how fucked up the multiverse saga, like the multiverse phase was.
The main comment of critics is that people forget that you should bring forward the story first instead of cause or like a
Messages.
messages. Yes. So if they do bring the story first with the character development, that will be best.
The big theme that seems to come out of this is family unit, right? I think it's that could also explain why they decided to keep it in the 60s, because like the whole like nuclear family concept and how like people have their role in this unit, and we all work together in order to make it happen. Like they would represent that. Like that was their catchline too when they announced Fantastic Four. They said like, oh, the Marvel's first family. So I feel like they will push that forward, the unit, right? The collaboration, the relationships, and if that is at the center of the movie more than all the rest, I will really like that. So I am very excited, and again, if a trailer comes out and we have time to watch it with you guys, we will.
Yeah.
But when the movie comes out, we will for sure watch that, and if not with you, we will do maybe a review after, because I would like to watch it in the theater. But yeah, to be seen.
Yeah. All right.
So thank you guys so much for watching this with us. We'll see you with another reaction.
Bye.
Bye.